Hello everybody, here Rene from Spain. I want to show a lot of stuff I've been listening in the last 3 weeks. You know, let's say during June. And I haven't made many videos lately because I've been with my family to Barcelona. We went a couple of days to Barcelona, you know, and we had a great time there in Barcelona. You know, we went to a heavy metal bar called Hell Awaits, and that's an amazing place. It's in a quite bad neighborhood, you know, with a lot of junkies, you know. It was a little like we were walking with my daughter too in those streets, and those streets are not so good. But of course we are, you know, we are metal people anyway. That's why we fit in those places too. You know, it's not a crazy place for us, but still, it's like a lot of prostitution on the streets. And you know, people were on the roads, you know, on the streets, you know, like lying down, like, you know, injecting themselves. It was not a pretty sight, you know, of Barcelona. But we also been to the Ramblas. That was great. You know, very famous. And Plaza Catalunya, of course. We went even to the Hard Rock Cafe, you know, in Barcelona. And it was very busy in there. But when we came in, you know, there was a guy standing there that works for a Hard Rock Cafe, and he said, "Yes, now yes," because when he saw me, you know, with the long hair and with the metal, and you know, he really liked it, you know, to have somebody in that is really into hard rock, because a lot of the people, like 90% or more of the people that go to those places are not really hard rock people. You know, they just go there, you know, because they have good food, good drinks. That's why they were happy to have me around for a while. We only stayed for one beer, because one beer was like €6, you know, maybe $8 maybe. It was very expensive. That's why we went to Hell Awaits, and Hell Awaits, it was €2, like for a big beer. So we had a lot of beer there. Only, like I said, the neighborhood was like a disaster, you know. But anyway, here again, I'm in my hobby room, in my room, and I've been playing a lot of stuff. Plus I bought some new stuff too. For example, I bought this one by Ghost. I know, I mean, I don't really know what to think about this band. I mean, you know, the image is very strong. You know, they are attracting a lot of younger people, like Kiss did back in the 70s too. So a lot of young people are getting into them because their image. And like Kiss, you know, of course I love the songs of Kiss, you know, it's my favorite band. And Ghost, they have a couple good songs too. I never are going to be a big fan, I think, because, you know, I don't think they are as good as so many other bands that I follow. But I like, for example, on here, Rats, you know, that they made a video clip for that song. And I also like a lot of the instrumental parts on this album. It reminds me very much of the 70s. And some songs are very 80s, like Pro Memoria, for example. No, Dance Macabre. That one is very 80s. You know, it reminds me of Asia. You know, the band Asia. They remind me of that. I bought it in Barcelona. You know, there's one street in Barcelona near the Ramblas, and the name of the street is Calle Tallers, and they have a couple of record shops there, good record shops. I bought some stuff. I also bought the Michael Schenker Fest CD that came out this year, with Robbie McAuley on it, with Gary Barden on it, and all, you know, all the singers, they were part of Michael Schenker group. Also we have, who more is on there? Dougie White is on there. He was in Rainbow, and he also was in the Temples of Rock by Michael Schenker. And also he's now on the Michael Schenker Fest CD, their debut album that came out this year. I'm recommending to everybody. It's a really killer album. I really like it a lot. And yes, it's just a great album with all the great singers. Graham Bonnet is on there too. Okay, I listened to this album by Dio. It's the third full-length album by Dio from 1985. Sacred Heart. I always liked this album very much. I know it's maybe not as good as the first two, but I still think it has a lot of strong songs on it. And some classics like Rock and Roll Children or The King of Rock and Roll. Hungry for Heaven was another single. I listened to this album, of course, from 1986. Amazing. I love this album with Jackie Lee, Randy Castillo's on drums on here too. Great record that I don't have to talk about really, because everybody owns this album. It's a classic and great songs on here. I also got this one out of my collection to play, the Lex Diamond album, Town Bad Girl. And this is from 1990. Of course, sounds totally 80s. They look 80s too. But anyway, this is a great album of hard rock. Scorpions, Blackout, great album from 1982, of course. A lot of classics are on here. This is a Spanish release. You can see it's translated there. Also, I listened to the comeback album by Bardis, Red Eye. It's actually on red vinyl. Bardis, of course, legendary new wave of British heavy metal band. In this video, I'm going to show, I think, I try to show everything in this video. Lover Boy, Big Ones. And here we have a couple of songs. They were new songs, because this is from 1989, and they put some new songs on here too. Like Ain't Looking for Love was a new song. For You, I think, was a new song too. And Turn Me Loose, if I'm not mistaken. And of course you have a lot of classics on here, like Working for the Weekend and Hot Girls in Love. Too Hot, Ain't Looking for Love, and For You. Those three songs were specially recorded for this best of. That's why it's really a best of that you guys should buy if you don't have it already, if you are into Loverboy or AOR music. I listened to this album by Steelheart. See? I think it's from the late 80s. 1990 again. Great album, of course. I listened to this live album by Scorpions, Tokyo Tapes. It's actually a Spanish release. Beautiful gatefold. It's just really good. It's a killer record, of course. A classic. With a lot of the great early 70s Scorpion songs on it. Here we have a great compilation. The New York Metal 84. Here we have Overkill on. Black Lace, great. Black Lace with Marianne Scandifio, a great vocalist. We also have Frigate Bitch on here. And of course that's a band that maybe a lot of people don't know about. But they did some cool things, you know. Not much of course, but they did some stuff. Also we have Warhead on here. They did one demo. And they have the song Whore on it. Great band Warhead. And the same with Takashi. Takashi made a great mini LP. On the same label actually. Came out on the same label as the first Thor EP. Not the first album, not Keep the Dogs Away, but the first EP that came out, you know, in 83 I think it came out. And Takashi were on the same label back then. And we have Virgin Steel on here, one of my favorite bands. And Cities is on here too. Cities was also a cool band. You know, they did an EP and they did one album. Great. This is another great compilation, again with Dead Slayer on. Also Dead Slayer is on here. See, but Dead Slayer only released the demo. And here we have Nasty Savage is on here too. Like you can see on the cover too. Titan is on here. And Boss Tweet, they did something too. Boss Tweet, I have a compilation on vinyl by Boss Tweet actually. And Teaser, Crank It Up. You know, Teaser was kind of a glam metal band. I also listened to this new punk metal band, Zex. I hope so, I say it right. With Tasha on drums, you capitalized on guitars, on the vocals it's Gretchen Steele, and bass Gab Sax. You can see, and they're going strong, you know, 2 girls, 2 boys. They mix some old new wave of British heavy metal with punk, Discharge, you know, all the exploited, all the cool punk, you know, the real punk. Not the false punk, the bubblegum punk. No, no. This is real stuff, you know. And a classic, of course, from the German metal scene of the 80s. Noise Hunter. Great songs on here. Time to Fight. Okay, let's go on. When it goes off, it goes off. But I would like to show everything I listened to. It was the vinyls I played. Okay, some CDs, tapes first. Say Anything. This is actually a soundtrack. See, we have Nancy Wilson from Heart is on here. Cheap Trick is on here too. We have Hugh Satriani. Those are maybe the coolest ones on here. It's actually made in Spain. I listen to this classic by Mama's Boys. I mean, this is great. And to be honest, I mean, this is getting a lot of hype nowadays. But I played first this, and after that I thought I want to play this tape again. And this, I like this album for example more than this. But this album never became so famous. You know, it never will. But this has a lot of good songs in it. And some of the melodic parts remind me of some of the stuff on here. Because it's quite a melodic album. It's not so heavy, this album. You know, it's power and passion. Again, Spanish edition from 1985. Here we have a band from Portugal from the 80s, Sepulcro. And this is a tape with 2 of their demos. Demo 86 and Demo 85. Sepulcro. If you like Paul Di'Anno era Iron Maiden, you should check this band out too. From Portugal. Sepulcro. It's a nice tape. Came out a couple years ago, but I decided to listen to it again. Okay, more tapes. Oh, there's one more tape. Oh, there's some more tapes here, sorry. Teacher soundtrack. Great soundtrack, great movie. I even saw the movie again. I have it on DVD, the movie. And I listened to the soundtrack on tape. And this is again a Spanish release. See, from 83 I think it is, 84. And here we have Night Rangers on here. And CC Top. Great soundtrack. Here an 8. Of course this is very famous compilation with the song Stars on it, you know. Where all these musicians back in the 80s came together, you know, to fund money for Third World. And here we also have Accept on it, Motorhead is on here, Rush, Kiss. And I listen again to this album that I love. It's a great album, totally underrated. London, Playa del Rock. This is the 3rd London album. It came also out under the name of The Priest, the same album. You know, but this is London on Noise Records, 1990. Amazing. Just check out Ride Through the Night. You know, the video clip, the song, it's magic. 1990. Great, hard and heavy. More hard and heavy. Slaughter, Back to Reality from the late 90s. With Dana Strum and Slaughter on here, of course. Great stuff. Great, underrated from 1999. Underrated hard rock. This is the last studio album by Slaughter. But Mark Slaughter did some solo stuff, eh? I also listened to this one, a bootleg Kiss Egos at the Stake Part 1. I have actually all the parts, but they're all the same. I bought this in Milan in 1993 with the Peter Criss convention, the Kiss convention. And of course I met there Peter Criss in 93. That's great stuff, of course. This is limited to 30 sets. I have one set totally complete. See, it's like actually numbered. See, each set, each CD is numbered. Gonoba Endless Cycles. I got this from Daniel from Austria. You know, melodic death with some thrash metal too, of course. See, not a bad album at all. Not bad at all. Oh, an album I like really a lot is the Venom album from The Very Depth. And this is the Venom that I care about with Mantas. With Kronos. Sorry. I liked it before, the Venom also with Mantas and Demolition, you know, the guy that's now in Venom Inc. But I didn't like Venom Inc. The album, I listened to it and didn't grab me at all. But this really grabbed me. You know, I saw this lineup twice already, and it's very good live too. Venom with Kronos, just great. Great stuff. A lot of catchy tracks. You know, it's really a good album. Check out the song Smoke. I listened to Manzano. Of course, Manzano he's ill. I already said this in some other videos, and he's fighting for his life. Rotten, you know, Troops of Midnight. If you like the band Midnight, you should also check this. Here's the CD actually, you see. I listened to this live album by Gamma Ray. It's from 96, I think, if I'm not mistaken. 96, yes. So the Land of the Free tour. So many great songs on here. So killer. And Kai Hansen sings so well on here. It's just great. Dokken. I listened to this one by Dokken. We listened to quite a lot of Dokken because I bought this box set by Dokken on CD. And I've been listening. I have this stuff on vinyl too, of course. But it's nice to have it for the car. To be able to play it in the car. And here we have Scythe. Subterranean Steel. This is, of course, this band of this Usurper guy. You know, the band Usurper. Later he did 2 records with this band. You know, this is great. Yeah, it's like Celtic Frost really influenced thrash metal. That's what it's all about. Okay, let me see if I can show something more because the video is still going. I listened to this one, Reload. I mean, I thought, why not? And there's some songs I like Fool, The Memory Remains, Devil's Dance is good, and The Unforgiven too. The second part is good. A lot of the rest is not so good. You know, I like this album more now than when it was released. When it was released, I actually I had kind of a hate against this stuff. But anyway, you know, time sometimes you could change a little bit. It didn't change so much, to be honest. You know, back in '88, I was very similar as the way I am now. But now maybe I'm a little bit more open, you know, maybe, yeah. Yes, I give more, some records more a chance. Before I didn't like it and I just throw it to one side. But now, you know, I try to give it more chances, you know. And I listened to this one. This came out 30 years ago. And I remember playing this, I mean, not a CD, but vinyl. Not me, but the brother of one of my best friends. You know, he was very much into Guns N' Roses and he played it in his bedroom. And of course, my friend and me also liked Guns N' Roses. So I went into his bedroom, and then there he played this album when it was released, and we really liked it. You know, it has the EP from '86 on here, and of course some new tracks from '88. And actually, who showed this the other day was Dan Powers, you know, the Canadian guy. He always showed tapes. Most of the times he showed tapes, and he showed this on tape. Okay, let me see if I can see something else. I want to show what I've been listening. I've been listening to the new Kansas album. You know, if you like the early 80s Kansas mixed with the 70s Kansas, you will like this album, really. You really have to check this out, guys. Because the songs are really good. And that's what always the most important thing is, no? That the songs should be good. Okay, I don't think I have to show nothing more now, because I haven't played this. This is this box that I was talking about, you know, about Dokken. Okay, that's it. I think I will stop now. This is the last fanzine I made. You know, I just quickly show a fanzine that came out maybe 2 months ago. You know, this is all in Spanish. You know, this is number 22. And I made this, of course, I've been making fanzines, for people that don't know it, from 1991. You know, those times I made Metal Mania. You know, till 95 I made Metal Manias, fanzines. But later in 96 I started to work making fanzines under the name of God of Thunder, and this is number 22. That's why like once a year, you know, like it works out like that. 96, 2018, once a year approximately. I don't have copies available. I made like 100 copies. I send them out to my friends in Spain. You know, like, or I traded some of my fanzines, you know, for other things, for all the fanzines made by Spanish people. But anyway, but I like to do that. You know, I like to dedicate most of my free time to metal. I think, yes, that's what I like. That makes me happy. Of course, I spend time also with my wife and my daughter, but they also like the same music. That's why we can listen, you know, to the same music together. Of course, black metal and death metal. Maybe Arch Enemy I can play, you know, Venom, of course I can play with them, but the very brutal stuff, you know, I prefer to play it in the car when I'm alone or home in the room. Of course, Amon Amarth, you know, so my wife likes Amon Amarth. She likes a lot of thrash metal bands, you know, she's really to thrash metal, like Megadeth, you know, she loved Megadeth, and the Testament, of course, and yeah, but she likes hard rock too. I'm lucky. I'm a lucky guy. I have to admit it. Anyway, it's getting warm. It's Sunday, but it's really getting warm now. You know, it's like June. I want to drink some cola. And that's it. There's nothing more I want to say now. There's also nothing more I want to show. But I think I'm gonna put a video off. And that's it, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you always for your comments. I always love the comments. Check some other guys' channels, like Dan Power's channel, for example. Yeah, so many channels that are great, you know, that you should check out. And if I don't forget it, I will put some under the video. Some people I'm following. You can check them out. If I don't forget it, I will do it. If not, you ask me, and I give you some names, you know, of other VC members. You know, they are very cool. In the past, I already named many, you know, but of course, sometimes I like to, you know, remind people from some cool cats in the VC. Okay, stay metal, everybody. Stay metal.